Hello students, this is Mr. Ueda. Welcome to another math tutorial. Please open Geometer Sketchpad. Use the text tool to create this title, Intersecting Lines. Then use the text tool to create your name box by : first name, last name, class. Alright, a couple pieces of vocabulary that we have to take care of. First one. An intersection point is the point where two lines cross each other. Intersecting lines cross each other at an intersection point. Parallel lines never cross each other or even get close to each other. And when two lines intersect, four adjacent angles are formed, as well as two sets of vertical or opposite angles. So let's demonstrate all of these pieces of vocabulary. Alright, let's use the line segment tool and create a diagonal line. And then I would like you to create a vertical line that intersects with that original line. Now, the point where these two lines meet is called the intersection point. So let's use the point tool and create a point there. So that is the intersection point. Okay. So, using the marker tool, I'm going to draw an arrow to show the intersection point there. Intersecting lines, that's this line and this line. Okay. When two lines intersect, four adjacent angles are formed. So that is this angle, this angle, this angle, and this angle, as well as two sets of vertical or opposite angles. So the vertical angles are across from each other. They are called opposite angles or vertical angles. And there we go. Okay, a little bit messy, but that's okay. So I want you to switch back to the arrow tool, and what I want you to do is I want you to click on the two lines. We're going to go to Edit, Copy, Edit, Paste, and we're going to move our original diagram, a copy of our original diagram, onto the right side. We'll recreate the intersection point there. Okay, so let's measure the four angles that were created. So we first have this angle right here. So let's measure it. Endpoint, vertex, endpoint. Let's go to Measure, Angle. Oh, you know what we forgot to do? Sorry. Let's go to Edit, Preferences. Let's change the angle precision to units. Click OK. And I'm going to measure that angle, angle A, B, C. Go to Measure, Angle. And we get, in my diagram, 102 degrees. Alright, so let's measure the next angle from here to here. And we'll go endpoint, vertex, endpoint, measure angle. And then I want to measure this angle here. That's an adjacent angle to the one that I just measured. Endpoint, vertex, endpoint, measure angle. Okay, and I should notice that this and this are the same because they are vertical pairs or opposite angles. Now let's measure the last angle that's formed. And let's go endpoint, vertex, endpoint, measure angle. And here we go. And we should notice that this angle here is equivalent or congruent to that angle there. They are the same measurement. Okay, so let's write some conclusions about what we learned or what we demonstrated in this assignment. So I'm just going to reduce the font just a little bit. Okay, so let's talk about angle ABC and angle DBE. Okay, so let's open up the symbolic notation window. Let's use the symbol for angle, angle ABC and angle DBE, angle ABC, and angle DBE are vertical angle pairs. Hit enter. Now let's talk about this angle and this angle. Angle CBD and angle EBA. Angle EBA are vertical angle pairs. Okay, I'm going to hit enter twice so I have a little separation here. Now let's talk about the relationship between this angle and this angle. Well, they're not vertical angles, they're not opposite angles, they are adjacent angles. So angle ABC and angle CBD are adjacent angles. Okay? So now let's talk about the relationship between angle CBD and angle DBE. So angle CBD and angle DBE are adjacent angles. Now you notice adjacent angles do not have to be congruent or equal. Alright, so let's talk about the relationship between angle DBE and angle EBA. They are next to each other. They share a common line segment, so they are also adjacent. Angle DBE and angle EBA are adjacent angles. And we'll hit enter. And now let's look at the relationship between angle EBA and angle ABC. Again, they are next to each other. They share a common line segment, so they are also adjacent. Angle EBA and angle ABC are adjacent angles. Now, if we wanted to, we can continue these statements by stating things that are not true. For example, angle ABC and angle DBE are not adjacent because they don't share a common side. In fact, we already stated that angle ABC and angle DBE are vertical angle pairs, or they are opposite angles. Okay. So what I'd like you to do is, I'd like you to go to File, Open. You're going to click the down arrow. You're going to go to For Students. You're going to double click Out. You're going to go down to UATA. You're going to go to 705 Math. And I want you to open the assignment called Drawing Intersecting Lines. Open that up. All right. So the first thing you got to do is you got to add your name in this box, and this is your assignment. Draw 3 sets of intersecting lines. Measure the 4 adjacent angles in each diagram and write a complete conclusion for each, just like we just did. Please raise your hand when you're ready to print. Call Mr. Ueda over. All right, thanks for watching. Bye.